What is up, guys? Welcome back to UCBB, Under the Cardboard Box podcast. Let's get started.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to Under the Cardboard Box podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Hideo Martinez, and next to me I have
Arnaldo Castillo.
Sorry, guys. We do have to apologize for this week's episode that is up a little bit late. That is due to my health. I was not feeling so well this past week. I was going to working constantly. And I was just extremely under the weather. When we tried to record the podcast, I physically couldn't. I want to thank you, Arnaldo, for picking me up from work that day.
Come on, you don't have to mention that here. No, seriously, we have no affiliation outside of this podcast.
So sorry, folks, for not being on time on that. We do promise to continue cranking out these podcasts every Tuesday.
Yes, to try our best. But in light of the situation, I think something better came out of it because, honestly, I think what came out of it is now this is our Christmas special.
Yeah.
Christmas Eve special, rather.
Right. So for those of you that are home, for the holidays, don't really have anything to listen to, Under the Cardboard Box has got you covered.
Yeah, guys. So thanks for joining us. Sit back and relax. Other than that, Hideo, how you been, man?
It's been better. I just working a lot. Lots of recording clients and stuff, and then working at the school, right. As well as just trying to get over this cold that I had over the past week. But it's been great. What about yourself?
I've been all right, man. Honestly, I think I'm doing better. I'm doing better than before. I'm actually looking for another job.
Nice.
So that's pretty cool. Other than that, man, it's been kind of cool. I think that this holiday season, this Christmas season, has been a little slow though. There's no snow out there.
There isn't. Here in New York, it's been pretty hot.
Yeah.
It's weird.
It feels like it's spring.
It does. Today is supposed to be like 70-something.
Yeah.
That's super strange. Yeah. I think we just broke a record.
Yeah. So for anyone who doesn't know the New York area, usually we'd be covered in white right now. By that, we mean snow. So on one hand, I'm not complaining because I don't have to dig out my car.
True.
Yeah.
Aside from all of that, I'm also extremely excited for a piece of news that came to us over the week. Kojima.
Yeah.
Kojima. Wow. I mean, I called you immediately when I heard the news.
Yeah.
I woke up to this, the slew of news that I fell asleep early. I know the news broke at like 12 a.m.
Yeah.
But the slew of news that it was announced that Kojima Productions has officially left Konami and has started his own studio called Kojima Productions.
Right. And but we won't get too much into that since it will be our codec conversation.
Yes, it will.
So, as you guys know, before we get into the codec conversation, we also get into the CB News. The CB News. So, since we've been away, we're a little backed up. So, we have 12 pieces of news this time.
A baker's dozen.
Yeah. That. So, with that being said,
Number 1.
The ESL happened a few weeks ago, and we want to congratulate ProLogic from North America, Global Destiny Europe, and Lost Nothing Asia for their 2 wins last time on the ESL. So we always want to congratulate them and, give them an honor on our show because I'm pretty sure working in that team and playing that video game against all those awesome people online isn't easy, and winning is even harder. So,
yeah, man. Fight the good fight, guys. You guys are doing great. I wasn't able to play in the tournament, but man, I can only imagine the tension and just the pressure.
yeah.
But keep fighting on.
Number 2.
So David Hayter had a couple of things to say about the whole Konami Kojima situation. As we know, he wasn't able to be at the TGA Awards, but this is what he said, and I quote, "I know some of the players, but I don't know what the story was with Konami and Kojima. It was a shame that he got frozen out. If that's true, while his game is getting recognized as being awesome, he always makes awesome games. But I don't know. I have been in fights with corporations before, and they can be ugly. And they can be difficult to understand. So I wouldn't want to speculate." Unquote. And here's another quote from him. He says, "I think it's great that they're celebrating Metal Gear, and the game looks amazing. It looks like another leap forward in technology. I don't begrudge anybody any awards." End quote. Looks like David's been quite the sportsman.
Yeah, he's the original Snake. When I think of Metal Gear, I think of Snake, and I think of David Hayter. It's good to see him, say things to his former employer, which is awesome.
Right. Yeah, man. I mean, David Hayter was the voice we grew up with and the voice we tried to imitate. And actually, you do a pretty good job at it.
Thanks.
Okay, don't get cocky now. But yeah, man.
I want to see him in future projects.
I do too.
Definitely.
I do too.
More video games,
Yeah, since apparently Konami's planning to make more Metal Gear games.
Number 3.
Well, speaking about that, Konami seeks developers for new Metal Gear. On the career page of its Japanese website, Konami Group has announced that it's actively seeking professionals to help develop a new Metal Gear. Not just a new Metal Gear, but a new Metal Gear, as the project is referred to in the listing. The company is now recruiting for a wide range of highly skilled development professionals for new Metal Gear. In September, Konami expressed confidence that the Metal Gear Solid franchise could continue without Kojima, citing the successful partnership with Platinum Games on Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. As an example, reports at the beginning of November pointed to Konami already planning the next Metal Gear game.
I noticed as you were reporting that you were, when you would say new Metal Gear, you're putting it in quotation marks.
Yeah, I mean, that's how they have it here in the article on IGN, which is a new Metal Gear in quotations.
Yeah.
That could be indication that it could be revamped, maybe making a completely new Metal Gear in a different world, in the same world, just new characters or something, but still keeping that Metal Gear feel to it. How do you feel about that?
Well, I mean, hey, man, I definitely want to see certain games remade, maybe the ones that came out for the NES, Metal Gear 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
That would be great. As far as it goes, I'm interested to see what they'll do. I mean, Big Boss's story is pretty much done. And as far as part 4 goes, it seems like Solid Snake's story is pretty much done. So all they can do is either make another universe or they can remake the old games, but we'll see what they do.
Yeah, I'm excited because Metal Gear is still happening, of course, but
which means we will still be happening.
right, exactly. I mean, without Metal Gear, we wouldn't have a podcast. But I just want to say that who the heck would want to work for Konami? You know, who would have the audacity or the balls to even go up to Konami and say, "I want to work for you guys. You guys seem great."
Well, I mean, hey, this is an opportunity. Again, we don't know the full story behind what was the tension in
Of
Konami
course,
and Kojima.
of course.
I'm not defending Konami. I'm not at all. I'm just saying it's a business and people need jobs and
Yeah,
they want the opportunity
absolutely.
to work with a company like Konami.
And putting it on the other hand, I think of it as like Star Wars. J.J. Abrams, he was casted as the director, you know, for The Force Awakens.
Mhm.
You know, taking that big responsibility from George Lucas, who made Star Wars, the originals. That's like, man, it's like, remember when he was casted? I don't know if you remember, but it was all over Twitter, all over Facebook, everything, and
It was a
everyone.
big deal. Yeah.
It was a big deal. Everyone was just like, "Oh man, this guy's gonna mess it up." You know, if you didn't know, J.J. Abrams is the guy that made Lost, the TV show. You know, he made a few other films like Star Trek and stuff. But you know, making Star Wars is such a huge deal. I think of it as who can take up the leadership of Kojima and what he has done for Metal Gear in itself since its inception, since Metal Gear. You know, who can actually like be brave enough to take the fans, you know, those heartfelt fans, especially with the recent news that just happened with Kojima. You know, who can actually have the fortitude to go in there and say, you know what, I'm gonna take the Metal Gear. I will commend that person.
Well, I'll tell you like this. I mean, you mentioned The Force Awakens, and if you notice, both fans and people watching the movie for the first time loved the movie. You know, after Disney got hands of it, they pretty much killed all the other canon stuff, and they just said, "Okay, this is the new story."
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
So they and people loved it. So
But that's a movie, you know.
well, I mean,
This is a video game, and this is a very story heavy driven video game,
Right.
You know, so I don't know if there's a necessity in a way where to take out those canon storylines from Metal Gear. You
Who
know,
knows?
in my opinion, I think the smartest thing to do is revamp it. You know, just remake it.
I mean, yeah, I get it, but there's only so much you can revamp. There's only 2 games. Well, if you want to make Ghost Babel into a 3D game, but that's a non-canon game in itself.
What I'm talking about is more of like, okay, Devil May Cry, right? Devil May Cry 1, 2, 3, and 4 came out. Then DMC came out. Set in the same world, different character, everything is just remade,
Right.
you know? What else? There was another game I can't think about right now, but just many games have done that where they're just Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider did that as well, you know?
Yeah.
They made it into a completely different game, still the same character, still the same, you know, world kind of thing, you know, same gameplay, but it's just remade, you know? So maybe Solid Snake is another hero, you know, maybe his first mission was in Russia or something, you know, something like that. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying like maybe just remake Metal Gear, you know?
I mean, we're on the same page.
Yeah.
I know we're on the same page. No, I mean, just remember that Konami has license to the story.
Well,
Like,
yeah, they own
yeah.
the IP.
They
you know,
own, so they can do whatever they want.
right.
But I guess we'll just have to see.
Yeah, we'll have to.
Number 4.
So, digital extended soundtrack from MGS V will be coming out on the 23rd of December. A new soundtrack literally just got announced last week, and it's an extended soundtrack. It's not the same soundtrack that I was telling you about, the Lost Tapes one, that it's coming out later next year.
More music?
More music. So, if you can guess, how many songs do you think is going to be on this CD?
Well, since you were such a fan of the 12 thing, I'm going to say 12.
No. 114.
100. What?
114 songs containing from the cutscenes and the gameplay. So you can buy the album as a whole, receiving a digital booklet describing the music, or you can purchase each of the songs separately. The album releases on December 23rd on iTunes for a price of $22.
22 doesn't seem so bad for 114 tracks.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Are you planning on getting it?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Number 5.
All right. So, I know this is a little late, but we've got some December updates. And so, on the official MGS website, there's a detailed post about these things, but here we go. So, in your FOB, you can now place cameras, video surveillance cameras, that is, in in whatever area you want, in specific places. You can also put mines in other places. So it allows you to be creative about your base. So guys, feel free to configure it any way you want. And now, of course, this event is coming up. I know we spoke about this prior, about seeing skulls in the FOB.
Yeah. This confirms it.
Yep, we got to confirm, guys. It is an event. So the event is called The Skulls Attack. Basically, you're going to have to go through the FOB and you're going to have to fight some skulls. Good luck to you. Now, we also spoke of this, I do believe, but now it's not just a rumor as well. It's confirmed. The Raiden and the Cyborg Ninja outfits will now be available in FOBs. So get creative out there, guys. You know, you can run super fast and you can get super creative with that. And if you guys haven't seen this already, we also have Challenge Task. Now, if you don't know what this is, it's additional rewards. So you get awards for, let's say, an example, marking 50 people, marking 50 enemies, or extracting this many people. Now, all of your stuff is recorded. So even if you're a new person to Metal Gear or you're a veteran in MGS V, you will still get the rewards for doing these things. It'll all come back. I know I started collecting and I was getting so much. There were even soldiers I didn't need. They were like A or A plus, and so that's pretty good. Don't forget to accept the rewards for the task you've completed. All right, guys. And apparently there's a new security challenge tab added. So the weapons keep advancing, and there's a brand new unique arsenal of tactical options that have been added, even up to grade 9. In addition to greater firepower, some of these weapons utilize interesting exclusive abilities. You know, they have certain weapons such as Arms Material Alpha 114 Riot Pistol. They've got a I can't even say this correctly. The Molotook 68 anti-material rifle. It's a pretty large caliber sniper with an extremely long effective range and devastating power and penetration. Of course, it has a slow firing rate. We've got the Wormhole Generator, which is kind of like a claymore mine you just put down. So there's a lot more things, guys. And then there's going to be new costumes. All of these things you guys can find on Metal Gear Informer, guys. Also, that we've got nameplates added to the mother base screen. So, you know, you can see, you can select one of the nameplates you've earned and customize it and do whatever you like with that. And that you can pretty much show it off to everyone. New emblems. There's just a lot of creativity going on in Metal Gear, and man, it's really starting to pay off. It's crazy because for Destiny you had to pay for all this extra stuff, but Metal Gear is just giving it away.
They're just giving it away, which is weird, you know, because it's coming from Konami.
Yeah, it is. And I'll go through this quickly. There's other updates. There's, other features. It's now possible to add players you want to support directly from your friends list. They added diversified ranking conditions and set time periods for that. They added a tab that allows you to matchmake with players of higher rank than you. They've implemented various other improvements, and they balanced a couple of things and fixed some bugs. And they've adjusted the mission score parameters. So, guys, it is now available. So go check it out, guys. You can read more. Again, I've said it in Metal Gear Informer. Go check it out.
Number 6.
All right, so PC Gamer, which is an awesome PC central gaming website, they just named their game of the year. And to no surprise, it is Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain. It won Game of the Year for them. A few of the folks, the editors from it, have said that Samuel Roberts, as a friend of mine put it recently, it was always the systems that made Metal Gear special, not the story. I don't know too much about that, but the time of MGS as a story-heavy series truly ended with MGS IV. This is a new era of Metal Gear, one where the focus lies on user-generated stories by throwing together systems in two massive open worlds. Greatly put. Andy Kelly said, one of the best stealth games I've ever played. Metal Gear Solid 5 is rich, complex, web of interlinking systems tied to slick, responsive controls. Absolutely. Phil Savage said, Metal Gear Solid 5 might not be the most obvious choice for a PC publication game of the year, but I think it's the right choice for PC Gamer. If you look at our last two Game of the Years, Spelunky and Alien, I think the theme is expertly crafted. Worlds that house surprising, delightfully emergent systems that clash together in a chaotic and playful way. A few editors said a few more awesome things about it, but man, it's good to see that even, after everything has settled, Metal Gear is still winning Game of the Year everywhere else.
Yeah, man. It's turning out to be a very good game. It's turning out to, just everything added. Originally it was, you remember when you were scoring it because it didn't have the online, you were, weren't giving it that high of a score, but now that it does have the online and all these DLCs are coming out and etc., it's becoming quite the game to play. There's replayability, which I think a lot of people look for.
Yeah, absolutely. To name a few others, it's good to see, Witcher won, obviously, the Game Awards, but still having that light that Metal Gear is still standing strong since September. With the recent events with Metal Gear and Kojima and Konami, it just makes me happy because this could be obviously the last game for Metal Gear.
Yeah,
made by Kojima.
Right. Well, here's to hoping.
Yeah.
Number 7.
We have Developer Notes Volume 6. Apparently there's a DLC announcement too.
Oh man,
we've been looking forward to that.
Yeah.
But before we get into that, I want to mention
some
upgrades in Metal Gear Online.
This comes from the developer notes?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Yes,
okay.
Yeah. So, as you guys recall, in version 1.01, they upgraded a couple of the classes, a couple of the things that you can do in terms of the levels, and now they're gonna have even more upgrades. For instance, in the weapons level 3, the ability that allows you to carry 2 primary weapons, one on the back and one on your hip, it changed the effectiveness detrimentally. They thought it was too much for it to have 3 slots just to do that. So what they did is, if you put level 3 now, it'll speed up your reloading. Also, we have things like the shield. If you're an enforcer and you use the shield, you're probably familiar with this. But the shield dash, do you know what that is?
No, haven't really been familiar with that one.
Never been hit by an enforcer with a shield?
No.
Okay, so when the enforcer has a shield, they can do something called a shield dash, which is they pretty much charge at anyone who's in front of them, or just to blind air. But the problem was, prior, when they did this charge, they weren't able to stop until the actual duration of the charge. But now you'll be able to stop at any time. So
that's good.
Yeah. So guys, now it won't be such a mess if you happen to miss your target, and then you're like, I'm screwed. And Hyro, you're gonna like this news. Stealth Camo level 3. They also thought that 3 slots was a little too much for what they were offering, so they dropped it down to 2. Right. But if you put level 3, what they allow you to do is they allow the players to maintain the same movement speed with Stealth Camo activated, and it will require longer durations for enemies to mark them. Stealth Camo level 3 will also counter the night vision goggles from Optics level 2.
Right.
All that and more, again, you can find in Metal Gear Informer. But now let's get into the nitty gritty. So, the DLC, guys.
Wow, and I thought that, there wasn't going to be any support for Metal Gear anymore. Like, after the online portion of Metal Gear Studios, the Los Angeles one,
yeah,
the Konami studios over there,
mm-hmm.
Closed down. I thought that that's it. No more like DLC, no, aside from like things that they want our money from, like costumes and stuff like that.
Right.
But and these updates, I really didn't think there was going to be any DLC. So this is very good news.
Yeah. So, basically, this DLC is adding a couple of new maps, and some content, and a new mode. Apparently, there's survival mode.
Okay.
Now, this is what it allows you to do. It allows players to team up with a group of 6 and engage in a winning streak system that newly rewards players who win consecutive matches. Players can form their own team or join a team created by others. Ready up, says the article in quotations.
Nice.
Ready up. And be given randomly selected map and mission. Once your team wins the match, they will be matched up against a new team to challenge. If your team loses, everyone on your team receives an additional award based on your stream progress. Keep playing with your formed team to hit your top winning streak, or form a new team and challenge opponents anew. That's a quote.
Yeah.
Now, this new DLC is planned to include a lot more exciting content, which will, it will be detailed later in time.
They haven't announced that, right?
No, they haven't announced all that.
I wonder what that could be.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
I'm hoping for like side ops,
right?
Maybe new missions.
And apparently they're gonna expand and improve MGO in many other ways.
Really?
As we progress, we're gonna keep checking back, and we, just like you guys, are looking forward to these new changes.
Yeah, I am. I'm extremely excited about that because, I mean, one, it gives us more content to talk about on our podcast, but as well as a Metal Gear fan, man, we're living in this age of DLC, of course. Back then, we didn't really have that. Metal Gear 1, Metal Gear Solid 1, Metal Gear Solid 2, all the games, they had certain downloadable contents, but not as they are today, where, it's like, for example, Destiny. They just came out with their Taken King, which adds new story, new costumes, new this, new that. I'd like to see that for Metal Gear. I'd pay for anything for Metal Gear, of course, but if they do add stuff like new story behind it, maybe like the deleted scenes that weren't made, that got cut off the game and stuff, things like that are super exciting to me for any game because it just adds more to it and to the value.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely. I'm looking forward to not regretting my purchase as well.
Yeah.
Number 8.
So, next piece of news is huge because Metacritic, I don't know if you know that website, but they pretty much compile every editor, every gaming website editor's review scores for games. And they compile it together and they give it one big score. Metal Gear Solid 5 is the best 2015 game, with a Metacritic score of 95. So that means it joins the 90 plus club. In 2011, Batman Arkham City won. In 2012, The Walking Dead won. 2013, Grand Theft Auto 5. 2014, Super Smash Bros. Wii U. And now 2015, Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. So, obviously it was up against games like Bloodborne, The Witcher 3, for PS4 and Xbox One. And of those, Phantom Pain received the highest individual score for its Xbox One version, making it our official game of the year for 2015, which is what Metacritic put on their website. The belated PC port of 2013's Grand Theft Auto 5 actually scored a point higher, but that game is ineligible of our official year-end honor since it isn't a new title. So, Metal Gear Solid 5 won biggest Metacritic game, meaning every editor gave it a positive review.
Let's go. Party time.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Number 9.
So check this out, guys. Julian I'm terrible with names. Julian
Merceron.
Thanks, man.
Mm-hmm.
Former Konami Fox Engine director joins Bandai and Namco.
Bandai Namco.
Yeah, Bandai Namco. I guess not a surprise there.
Yeah, gotta find a job.
Not the specific company, but I mean, the director of Fox Engine, man. I mean, that's one hell of a gaming process, man. It's great.
Yeah.
So seriously. Who wouldn't want them?
Yeah, I mean, they definitely have a lot of good people over there in Konami. They've made great efforts to Metal Gear games. The Fox Engine is obviously a great hit for Konami. Unfortunately, it was made by Kojima and no longer can be used by Kojima. So, that kind of sucks.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's I mean, here we got some notes here. It's they're pretty much giving their take on what they feel about this. Of course, we're talking about Game Informer. So it says it isn't surprising at this point that Konami isn't responding to requests for comment on the staffing issues, but it doesn't make the publisher seem open. Between Kojima's rocky departure and strange denials along the way, it's hard to know just what the future holds for Konami. As for, I'm just going to call him Mr. M because I can't say his name, It's clear he has talent that we can agree on.
Yeah.
As the Fox Engine is capable of impressive visuals, I'm eager to see what emerges from his work at Bandai Namco.
Yeah, me too. Lots of great games coming out from there, so definitely want to see those iterations.
Number 10.
So, Metal Gear nominated for PlayStation Game of the Year.
All right.
So, they said, we're keeping the polls open until the end of 2015 to give folks time to catch up on any games they might still have in their backlog. So, once the polls are closed at 11:59 p.m. Pacific on December 31st, we'll start tallying them up with the big winners post following in early January. So look forward to that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Good job, PlayStation.
Number 11.
All right. The next one is D-Dog is nominated for Top Video Game Dog at the World Dog Awards, hosted by George Lopez. I didn't really know this existed. So I have a dog. She's great. But I don't really see points of this. But D-Dog is nominated for Top Video Game Dog this year.
I mean, it's not surprising.
Sure.
Sure.
Aside from dog meat in Fallout 4 and was there a Call of Duty dog? I feel like there's a Call of Duty dog every game.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
Duty.
Duty. Yeah. Hopefully, we'll let you know if D-Dog wins at that Game Awards. I'll watch it or get the article.
We're just it's just for Metal Gear, guys. We won't be interested in anything else.
Yeah.
Number 12.
Okay, so IGN voted Metal Gear Solid 5 Best Action Adventure Game of 2015. Way to go, IGN.
Nice.
Yeah.
Not surprising. Hopefully it wins. I think their votes or their winners go up January. Usually, around January.
So in the new year, guys, we will we'll let you know.
Yeah. Well, that's our Metal Gear Solid news.
Yeah.
Very lengthy, I know.
Thanks for sticking through with us, man.
But we want to let this news out. I feel like it gets buried under all the other awesome stuff that's going on. You know, Uncharted just got delayed till April. Which sucks.
Close to my birthday. I see.
Yeah. A few other things have been happening around the world of video games. So we feel like Metal Gear, sure, it's a great big franchise, but it's dwindling around this time. The Christmas is here and stuff and whatnot. But that's why we want to bring you all the news of Metal Gear. There's just tons of it, and we want to definitely get it out there. So we really appreciate you listening and hearing your feedback, reading it from our email, our Twitter, our Facebook group, because it just lets us know that you guys care. You guys want to hear the news of Metal Gear.
Yeah.
And
if you're like me, that I'm always on the move. So listening to it is a lot better than just looking it up and reading it and whatever the case may be.
No,
so,
I do find myself, like you were saying, on the move. I hear these podcasts, these other podcasts, and it's hard for me. I see an article on Twitter, and I kind of just look at it, and I'm just like, I'll skim through it and stuff. But I'm always on the move. I rather just hear it.
Yeah. So we want to bring it to you just like that, guys. Well, now that we've taken a breath, we are going to get into the codec conversation.
The codec conversation.
Okay, so guys and gals, we finally arrived to our codec conversation. We're doing it a little different this time, just because we do have crazy important news that just came out. As of December 15th,
drum roll, please.
Kojima no longer works for Konami.
Oh, who saw that coming?
Twitter, Kojima took to Twitter.
He tweeted.
He said, "My employment contract with Konami has been terminated as of December 15th, 2015. So, today marks a new start for me. I'm committed to be involved in creative activities for as long as I live. I look forward to what's coming." End quote.
Well, I guess in a sense, when he said he was no longer making Metal Gears, it's kind of true in a sense. I mean, I guess
this one is true.
Yeah, because he can no longer create Metal Gear for the sense because Konami has the title, the rights, the story, the characters, everything. So he can't essentially create Metal Gear anymore. So this time he was legit about his whatchamacallit.
He was.
His statement.
Yeah. I'm going to read to you what Polygon wrote about the story that broke.
Yeah.
So, Hideo Kojima forms new studio and partnership with Sony. Confirms departure from Konami. Metal Gear series creator Hideo Kojima has officially moved on from Konami and has started a new independent studio. Kojima's new studio has a familiar name, Kojima Productions. The new Kojima Productions' first title will be a new franchise and a PlayStation 4 console exclusive, according to a joint announcement with Sony Computer Entertainment. Kojima announced his new post-Konami endeavor in a video posted to the official PlayStation YouTube channel. Quote, PlayStation's history is one of games' innovative and great new franchises, said Andrew House, who's the president and global CEO of Sony Computer Entertainment. In a release, quote, Hideo Kojima has been a huge part of that history, and we are therefore delighted that he has chosen to bring his brand new project to life in partnership with PlayStation. We look forward to working with him on an exciting new game and warmly welcome him to the PlayStation family. I'll be taking on a new challenge by establishing my own independent studio, Hideo Kojima says, and I'm thrilled to be able to embark on this journey with PlayStation, who I have continued to work with all these past years. I cannot wait to deliver with PlayStation a game that will become a compelling franchise. End quote. Earlier today, Japan's Nikkei reported that Kojima's final day at Konami was December 15th, and that he would be establishing a new studio in Tokyo. Kojima himself confirmed that story on Twitter, which I said earlier. His new logo was up. It's like a skull machine, spacesuit kind of looking thing. I'm not sure.
It's kind of like a remixed version of the logo in Ground Zeroes.
Yes,
for for Big Boss's military.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah. He took to Twitter to say, "This is a new studio's logo. Looks like a medieval knight and also a spacesuit. It expresses the vision of aiming the new world with the latest technology and pioneering spirit." That's what he said. It looks like. Wow. Dude, that is the biggest news to come out in 2015, in my opinion.
In your opinion?
Yes.
Well, yeah, I know how you've been following this story very closely.
Yeah.
Man, it seems that Hideo is going to take, just his ideas that he had from Metal Gear, maybe ideas he wasn't able to utilize to the fullest. Of course, as I said before, he can't use the names or anything like that, but he can definitely create a story that's similar to it. And it's just nuts. I'm just looking forward to seeing what Hideo has in store. Man, it's gonna be an exclusive for PS4. It makes me think, man. Like, if I were to get this new any new consoles by some miracle, it's just, man, which one do I choose now? I mean, Hideo is working solely for Sony.
Man, if I was a PlayStation fan, I would be super stoked for this. Andrew House and his whole team at PlayStation, Shuhei Yoshida, who is the man at PlayStation, who is the face of PlayStation. Whatever you guys are doing over there, you guys are doing it right on. Like, you guys are listening to the gamers. You guys are definitely reacting. I feel like PlayStation 3 wasn't much of a success last generation console. I feel like Xbox 360, I mean, it outsold it. So Xbox 360
I still have a PS3.
was definitely the more dominant console last generation, which is it's factual, man. Stop. It's just fact. Every exclusive was better. Anyway, so
Metal Gear Solid 4.
I mean, that's a great game. Hopefully they'll port it to Xbox.
Didn't come out today.
One day. So
Uncharted.
Listen, man.
Little Big Planet.
Little Big Planet is not that good. It's not that good. I just feel like they're definitely listening this year. This console generation, PlayStation fans, PlayStation is listening to them. They're definitely hearing everyone, and now that they're outselling the Xbox One by a milestone, like huge, and now they have Kojima. They have the rock star of video games exclusively for PlayStation on consoles, because we know it's coming out for PC as well. But it's just awesome, man. You know, whatever they're doing over there. For me, it sucks a little. You know, I mostly play on my Xbox. I'm a huge Xbox fan, a longtime Xbox player. I have been playing PlayStation longer, but just because I feel like certain things on the Xbox networking I like better, certain exclusives and stuff like that. But I have all 3 consoles, so I could literally not care about all this. I just love that I get to play Kojima's new game. There's very little detail as to what it is, but man, that's such monumental news. Like I'm just super excited. I don't know if you can tell, but I am extremely excited about this because it gives me a pathway to think like, man, maybe Konami was hindering him from being creative or being, I guess utilizing him to the best of his abilities. I think PT was a great example of using Kojima for his talents. Aside from Metal Gear, maybe he has so much more. I mean, you've seen Zone of the Enders, you've seen Psychonauts. You've seen all these great. I'm sorry, Police Knots. You've seen all these great games that he has been a part of. Castlevania, the one that was remade. It didn't get much great reviews and much great reception, but I enjoyed it so much, just because I was interested, obviously, because it had Kojima's name in it, but he had a hand in that game, and I really like that Castlevania, Lords of Shadows, which is a great game. Anyway, how do you feel about that, man?
Well, in my case, as we were bickering back and forth before, I still have a PS3, so I don't know if there's gonna be exclusives for the PS3 in the future, but I do look forward to seeing what
for the PS3.
Yeah, I mean, hey, who knows? There's hope, guys. There's hope.
I don't think there's ever gonna be a PS3 exclusive again.
No, not a PS3 exclusive, but if it comes out on PS4, maybe they'll, also make it for PS3.
Right.
Who knows? Man, it's just like you said, we don't know what the situation was between Konami and Kojima in terms of maybe they were limiting him and making him franchise. I remember when Metal Gear Solid 2 Substance first came out, it was on the Xbox. It wasn't on the PS2 first. Yeah. Then they made it for the PS2. Yep. But now I don't know if that was Kojima's idea.
Yeah. I think that was Konami's. You're probably right.
Probably.
Yeah.
Because I mean, why go solely to a Sony exclusive unless Sony gave him an offer they he just didn't want to refuse.
Yeah, I mean, look, I know for a fact that, I mean, he said it in his IGN interview. He got lots of offers, and he just felt like Sony was the right choice. And I think he did make the right choice. He's been in bed with Sony many times before. He's had already a huge catalog of games on the PlayStation exclusively. So if there was any indication as to what publisher to go to, because I'm pretty sure Sony's publishing that. There's no chance in this world that Sony is not publishing that game, the new game. If they made that deal, they had to pay a pretty penny, and they're definitely publishing that game. They struck gold with this one.
Yeah. You think so?
I think so, man. They struck gold with this one. I think this one's gonna win over lots of fans, and they won this console generation just because of this. I mean, Kojima he's also bringing in his old dudes. He's having everyone back with him. I mean, mostly everyone.
Yeah. Apparently not the Fox Engine engineer.
Oh well, no, not him. But he's bringing in producer Kenichiro Imaizumi, and Metal Gear Solid artists who we all know, Yoji Shinkawa. I've met them all, and great people. Obviously, I've didn't have much of a conversation with them. But hey, it's just good to see that he's bringing his own team back, and it's not like, Kojima and he's leaving by himself, and he's leaving everyone else in Konami, to suffer over there, but he brought his people with him.
I mean, I guess he wasn't such a bad leader if, the rest of your group wants to follow you.
If
he was if he was like a bad boss or something like that, or if he was ungrateful in somewhat case, I don't think there would be people who would follow him. Or maybe this is their way of getting back at Konami for being switched to lesser jobs, janitorial jobs, things like that.
Yeah.
Instead of firing them. So maybe Kojima called him up and said, "Hey, so I'm starting a studio.
Yeah. And
want to make some real progress or what?"
Yeah. And for sure, this was definitely a PSX announcement. I feel like because of the contract issues and all that, because the PSX was a little lackluster, but in my opinion, I think that was the hit of the night, and probably couldn't have been said that night. So some of the stuff that he said in the video and in the IGN interview is, I'll keep creating games until I die. He says, quote, "I want to create something that what people expect, but at the same time will have something new that people haven't seen before. Nothing specifically, but a game that will be complete. A complete game." So Yoji Shinkawa added, we've been working on a franchise that is beloved and has recognizable characters. One of my big goals is visually, with whatever characters we create, to go beyond that, to be more recognizable, more beloved. That's definitely one of the goals I have when it comes to the art side. That's that's large to think, but Kojima in return said, "I'm thinking smaller scale, not too many people, and focusing on a game creation at first. From there," Kojima says, "it's possible the studio could expand beyond games. But games come first." So he's talking about movies, animes. Who knows what Kojima Productions can do?
Yeah.
At this point,
he has no holds bar. That's it. It's all him. He can make what he wants with what he has, and it seems that Sony is cooperating with him. So I don't think they're gonna limit him at all. I think they're gonna trust that whatever he comes out with is gonna be gold.
Yeah. This game isn't coming out till 2027 or next console generation.
Well, but then again, he will push it back again.
Of course,
he'll push it back.
It'll be further than that.
Yeah. Like Metal Gear Solid 4 was like coming out in 3 different dates, and it just
yeah.
None of them were accurate.
No.
But let's see if there's a little more consistency in what Kojima says. Although he is good at building up anticipation. Every time that these games did come out, in the Metal Gear franchise, they were worth the wait. Some more than others, but hey, man, they're, at the end of the day, his creation. I can see him as a very meticulous kind of guy. Just going through every detail and just wanting things perfect, which is great. I mean, Call of Duty games, for instance, they're good games, or Assassin's Creed, they're pretty good games, and they're pretty good detailed, you know what I mean? But they come out every year, But then now we have a game by Hideo Kojima that comes out every 5 years or something like that. And it's just compact and built, and there's detail, and there's so much story into it, and he's just very, very meticulous about every single thing, which is good. There are people that appreciate that kind of a detail, and they just appreciate that. I'm really looking forward to seeing where Kojima will take his new route, in what he will pour in. Whatever it is, I'm sure it will be full of detail and his favorite touch, nostalgia. I don't know what it is about the Japanese people and nostalgia, always going back to certain stories and etc. But I think it'll be great, man. If Metal Gear was great, I think anything that Kojima comes upon will also be great.
Yeah. Very true. So, PlayStation Community Manager post Q&A about Kojima Productions and Sony. So I guess he went on to forums, and a few fans asked questions. I'm going to read a few of the questions. What will the first title be about? He answered, "It will be something completely new. We have nothing further to announce at this time."
He never does. He never does.
Who?
Kojima, he always like.
Well, that wasn't Kojima. That's the Sony guy.
Well, of course,
community
but
manager.
you know,
but any big
yeah,
wig is always going to say we have no further comments. We don't comment on speculations.
yeah.
Whatever, you know.
But I mean, Kojima always puts you through hoops as well.
Yeah.
So I mean, I could imagine Kojima telling Sony, "Just tell them we've got nothing else," and
yeah.
let's go with that.
They probably don't know either. So, will the title have something to do with the canceled Silent Hill sequel? He says no. It will be something completely new. Silent Hill is a title from Konami Digital Entertainment. He said that answer literally a few times in this forum. Let's see, what else? He said, are there any possibilities for the title to become available on PlayStation Vita? Still keeping the Vita alive.
Yeah.
We have nothing to announce at this point. In this time, we will announce further details on the title when ready. So he also did mention that it's coming out for PC later. They don't know when.
Okay.
Obviously, we don't know when it's coming out for PlayStation, but it is console exclusive.
PlayStation 8.
Yeah, it is console exclusive to PlayStation, but it will be coming out to PlayStation to PC as well.
Okay.
So,
well, I mean, PC is not considered a console per se.
right, exactly. So it's console exclusive to PlayStation.
Right.
You know, so which is good, I guess. But I for sure his first title is console exclusive to PlayStation. Maybe the second title that he makes would be something that'll be,
or it
third
might
party.
come out. Maybe it'll come out on console first, and then after a while, it'll come out on PC.
Right? Yeah. That's exactly what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Let's see what else he says. Is the studio headquartered in Japan? What is the address? I don't know why people will ask that, but yes, headquartered in Japan. Address is not disclosed. So
It's kind of like a trick question. Okay, let us know where you work.
hey, yeah, let us know. We want to go right now. So that's pretty cool. Another interesting fact that he said in his IGN interview was Kojima interested in games, anime, film with none other than Guillermo del Toro, who, as you know, was going to make the canceled PT Silent Hills with Norman Reedus
Yeah.
starring in it. So Hideo Kojima is still interested in working with Guillermo del Toro, his partner, on the canceled Silent Hills project. But the duo could end up working on something other than a video game at the newly formed Kojima Productions. Quote, I have no idea what I'll be working on with him, if it'll be a game, a movie, anime, but someday I definitely want to create something with him, Kojima told IGN. So, hey, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know, it seems like they're both going back and forth. I want to work with him. I want to work with him.
Yeah,
Norman Reedus just said I want to work with them, you know.
Yeah, it seems that he didn't burn bridges.
Which
with
is good,
them.
you know.
Yeah, I
think
guess they
Konami-
had a good experience together.
Yeah, Konami definitely burned that one. Yeah.
I mean, Kojima kept it cool and just said, "Hey, man, who knows? Maybe in the future, you and I can make something big. It won't be called Silent Hill. Maybe it might be another scary type of, jump off. Or as you said, they want to make animes. Who knows? And Norman Reedus, let's hope that they can work together as well.
Yeah.
I'm stoked, man. I'm stoked to see that Kojima is not letting this phase him, rather.
It's not, and he seems really, really happy. He has a beard, man. He has a beard. I've never seen him with a beard. Ever.
It's like he's kind of a rebel now.
Yeah. He's smart, man. Kojima's very smart. He's smart. He's about looks. He's about thinking and stuff. So I think he's thinking the same way. You know, like, hey, I'm a rebel now. Maybe he was contractually forbidden from having a beard, which brings me to my next segue. He, in an article written by the New Yorker, it says that he is contractually forbidden from talking anything Konami. So he cannot talk about the events that happen at Konami. He can't specify details of anything. I'm not sure how long, but he can't say anything at all.
Well, man, it's that's well, what can you do, right? You can only, I guess it seems like he's respecting their wishes.
Well, I mean, I don't think he has a choice, you know.
Well, what kind of leverage do you think they have on him?
Oh, just lawyers, you know, probably sue him. I mean, you know, if you're in a binding contract.
Well, they terminated his contract. He's no longer under contract.
No, but there's probably still some speculations there and some agreements that he probably signed before that even after termination or anything inside a contract that, you know, you can't specify details on a company or anything.
I guess we won't know.
We probably will never know. I'm pretty sure we will one day, you know, hopefully, which is my guess.
I doubt it. I doubt it's ever going to be touched on again. Once Hideo moves on and, you know, he's making his own games and Konami's making their own games, hopefully Metal Gears.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll really touch upon it anymore. You know, I think it'll die down soon.
Yeah.
I think the bridge is burnt. Let's just move on.
Yeah. It's great to see him move on. I mean, it sucks that Konami's still the ex-girlfriend in this, you know.
The ex-wife.
The ex-wife, yeah, with contracts.
Ex-wife, come on, man.
And all of that. Yeah, true. How do you feel about that, man?
Well, I mean, I've said it before, but I'll say it again, man. I just really honestly wish the best for Kojima. And for Konami as well. You know, I know a lot of people are upset at them, but can't really be mad at them for too long. I mean, it's a company, it's whatever.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't let him get his award. They didn't let him go to the VGAs. They didn't let him do any of that. But Kojima's handling it well. So what can I say? Let bygones be bygones. You know, we've been saying that a couple of times on the show. It's just, it is what it is.
Yeah. No, you're right. And he has a new look, you know, to this, and I feel like his game is going to be extremely awesome. And
time will tell.
I don't know. I think he has something up his sleeve, and he's definitely in talks with a lot of great people about this. Obviously, Sony, but you know, I obviously don't see the game coming out anytime soon. But this is something that I'm excited for, at least, and I'm pretty sure a lot of our fans are.
Well, yeah, I mean, the name Kojima is known worldwide by different gaming companies.
Yeah, everyone knows him.
Yeah, of course. So who wouldn't want to input with him? He's got his own studio, so he can say, you know what, I'm going to partner up with, I don't know, Square Enix, you know what I mean? And make a game with them. He can do it.
Maybe, but he has Sony now, so can't really do anything about that, you know?
I mean, remember, he has his own, you know, Kojima Productions. It's like...
Yeah. No, you're right. His first game is coming out for PlayStation, so...
Oh, of course. Well, I mean, yeah.
He's also interested in VR. So, as you know, PlayStation VR is something that's coming out. It's been very, I guess, pronounced. You know, everyone has been talking about it. It didn't go so well in the PlayStation, the PSX, that just happened. It was like something, like some glitch happened at the PlayStation events or something that they were having. I'm not sure what it was, but they had some glitch there. But Hideo Kojima said, quote, "Can't make assurance right now about working on virtual reality, but he's definitely interested." So, hey, he says, "One day I'd like to make something using this technology. I'm not sure yet, but I do believe it has a future." So, I'm not sure if it'll be currently format the big goggles. Maybe it'll change to AR or something. But when this technology enters the living room, games and movies will change significantly for a lot of people, and I'd like to take a part of that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I look forward to. Can you imagine, just on a side note from Kojima, can you imagine playing MGO VR?
That's pretty insane. You'll
Yeah.
definitely get a headache or get dizzy.
How do you get in a box?
That's true.
How do you?
Probably just prone or something. I don't know.
I guess. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, so how do you duck out?
I don't even know.
I don't know. Well, sorry, guys. I digress. Go.
The last piece of news that is that came from this whole ordeal is he has an online store now. Pre-orders have started,
Of course.
and it just became available on the 21st. So he is selling T-shirts, tumbler stickers, pins, cups, mugs, posters. Let's see what else is in here. A lot of stuff. All of this stuff is scheduled to ship February 2016. Supplies are limited.
Wow.
Sales will end once this item has sold out. A maximum of one of this product are available per person. Orders that include more than this limit will be canceled. Prototypes shown. Final product may be slightly different. Products details could be subject to change without further notice.
Boy,
He
kinda
is
like a gamble.
already making money.
right?
And-
People are paying for his merchandise. They're showing a lot of support.
Yeah, no, of course.
Yeah. So Kojima, you've got a team out there if you're listening, and they really want to be behind you. They really want to they want your name to they want your product to continue to come and be manifested. So
Yeah.
our hats off to you, Mr. Kojima.
It's great that you bring that up because we are a Metal Gear Solid podcast.
We are.
In the recent events of this Kojima and stuff, we knew when we first started the podcast that, we would have to change things up a bit.
Yeah.
And I feel like this is our end of the year show.
Mm-hmm.
We won't be back till next year.
Yeah. The 5th.
The 5th.
God willing, yeah.
We want to make this announcement, I guess, and say that we will be following everything from Kojima Productions and what they make.
Right. We will remain, for the most part. We will try to stick to Metal Gear news as a priority.
Yeah, that's definitely a priority. Any Metal Gear news is, whether it's made from, I don't know, another Japanese developer.
Yeah, well, let's just say
Konami.
Konami. Another Metal Gear game from Konami. We will bring that to you first. But if we feel like there's some newsworthy news about Mr. Kojima, we will bring it to you. Only because we know that Metal Gear came from him. So we want to do this. We think I think you'll appreciate it just as much as we would as Metal Gear fans, just to know what Kojima's up to and what you're not hearing.
So any Kojima Productions game, news, shopping, anything centered around him, we will have on the show for sure. With that being said, we are finally at our last segment of our show.
Here we go.
Who's that?
Okay. Once again, we came to our trivia. Explain to us the rules.
So here are the rules of the game.
The last trivia of the year.
So I give you a line from Metal Gear, a phrase, anything of the sort, and you have to tell me who said it to who, which game, and where. Notice
Yes.
I'm emphasizing the where because Hideo has a tendency to not tell me where it is. He just tells me who said it
I
to
forget. All
who.
right.
So then what the heck? Why are you on this podcast?
I don't know. I like Metal Gear or something. I just like this game.
Yeah, anyway. So, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, here we go. She's a
Kojima's new game that's coming out for PlayStation.
and that's our show.
All right, what is it?
Here we go. She's a nice catch. I'll take her.
Say it again.
She's a nice catch. I'll take her.
Okay. I feel like that's a man saying that. Obviously to a woman. And I feel like the guy that was a huge pervert and someone that would be like that is Vogan, Metal Gear Solid 3, talking to Eva right before the events of, you know, her being a spy and stuff. So right before everything happened. When Vogan tells Ocelot, she's a catch, I'll take her. Metal Gear Solid 3. Final answer.
Now, since this is the end of the year, I'm going to ask you, is that your final answer? Do you really want to go with that?
Yes.
Okay. You are correct.
Hey, let's get it.
All right. So,
Yes.
as we can see, Heido got one correct for the end of the year.
All right. That's a good Christmas gift.
Yeah, there you go. Merry Christmas. I made it easy. Anyway, that is our trivia, guys. We welcome any suggestions. We welcome, let us know if you like these things, if it makes you think, or if you get them right away, or if do I need to be harder, because they can get harder. So, guys, thank you for joining us. It has been a great couple of weeks, hasn't it, Heido?
It has. Guys and gals, thank you so much for the appreciation.
Thank you for supporting us and
Seriously.
dealing with us.
Seriously. We're just two dudes from New York that really, really love Metal Gear. We've been playing it for so long. I feel like I'm doing episode 1 again. But, I hear these podcasts. Arnaldo hears these podcasts. And we just, we want to be a part of the gaming community.
We still can't believe we're doing this kind of thing.
Oh, yeah, of course. Me neither.
Right.
We have our daily lives. We have things that we got to do, work, etc. Bills, of course, and stuff. But we find time to do this because I feel like there's a voice that needs to be heard for Metal Gear, especially with the new events that are happening now.
Yeah. Looks like we're going to be around a lot longer than we thought.
Yeah, seriously, it's been a great year. We have certain things, that we want to do starting next year. Giveaways. We want to start doing things, taking more user submission questions.
Yeah.
Of course, we have so much that we want to do in such little time.
Yeah.
But guys, please support us on iTunes. Rate us, please. We have so much going on now, and we would love to continue pumping out content for you guys every Tuesday.
Yeah.
So we have our first Twitch stream, which is happening the 25th of December.
Merry Christmas, guys.
It's happening 12 p.m. Eastern time, and that would be Twitch TV. So just search for Under the Cardboard Box on Twitch, and you'll find us playing Metal Gear. It'll either be me or most likely Arnaldo playing Metal Gear Online. If he chooses to go on the storyline, he can. But he will be playing. I might pop in, but we will have our first Twitch stream that day. So I know most people are not doing much on the 25th, so we decided to do the 25th.
Yeah.
Most people are just with their families, playing video games.
And we encourage you guys to, spend
be with your
time with your
families, of
families
course.
if you can. If you got nothing to do, get on the Twitch stream, and we'll try to entertain you as much as we can.
Yeah, for sure. So he'll be playing some Metal Gear for you guys. We'll be streaming for a few hours. not too much.
Yeah. Be merciful with us, if you think we suck or something like that. Hey,
we're not the best Metal Gear players. We said in the first episode.
We're not being cocky about it. And by all means, you can join us.
Absolutely.
My gamer tag on Xbox is Preacher's Creed. That's again Preacher's Creed.
And then I also added in the show notes as well.
Yeah, and Hydo's is what is it again? Hyro Snake.
No, Hido 911.
Hyro 911.
Jairo 911.
Yeah, so look out for us, guys. We would love to play with you guys. With that being said, I do want to make a correction from the last episode when we were talking about Where's Johnny and the Phantom Pain. So, guys, I was playing on Hydo's Xbox One, the story, and when I was rescuing the scientist who is in charge of your bionic arm, believe it or not, there is a tape of a man going to the restroom. Now, there's nothing specifying that it's Johnny, but we know that's his trademark. We know that's, he has to go to the bathroom. So it's basically a tape of a man pretty much having stomach issues.
Yeah. Thanks. I'm glad you found that, and you didn't even have to look online for that.
No,
we stumbled upon it. You stumbled upon it.
Yeah, I just stumbled upon it. So with that being said,
guys and gals, you can get this podcast every Tuesday.
every Tuesday to the best of our ability.
Yeah, except for this one, which will be up Thursday.
Yeah.
Yes, it will be up Thursday the 24th. Sorry about the delay again. Just search on iTunes or any podcast service you have for Under the Cardboard Box podcast, and you can subscribe there. Please rate, comment. It would mean so much to us if you guys rate us 5 stars. Just rate us, guys. It'll help us.
It'll help us get out there. It'll help us to continue doing this work.
Yeah.
And guys, we want to say this one more time before the year ends. We appreciate you.
Yes. So you could also find us on YouTube, which we have all 5 of our episodes up now, and then this episode would be up on Friday. So that's when it'll go up. So just search Under the Cardboard Box for that one. And we are also up on SoundCloud. You can search for us Under the Cardboard Box, and we'll pop up right there. We have a few episodes there, and check it out.
We also have a Twitter. Don't forget about that. It's at the UCBB Podcast. Again, it's at the UCBB Podcast.
And one of the best ways to reach us is through our email. We read our email constantly. We've gotten lots of submissions already. And, just talk to us. If you have any questions, concerns, we are underthecardboardbox@gmail.com.
Yes, guys. And trust me, we are keeping track of what you're sending. We will address it as soon as we can.
Yeah, there are some questions that we've gotten recently that we certainly can't address in this episode, which is a mammoth episode about all the stuff, Kojima and Konami and stuff. But
we had to get this out to you.
Yeah. But for sure, coming in the new year, we will have some of the questions that we've gotten, and we will answer those.
Yeah, so bring it on.
That's right. And guys, remember, if you have any, UCBB trivia questions, concerns, any of that, just Twitter, Facebook, everything. We have an awesome Facebook group right now with more than 100 members. So support us there as well. Spark up a conversation with fellow Metal Gear fans. We're Under the Cardboard Box Facebook group. It's an open group. Talk about, maybe some cheat sheets that you guys have in Metal Gear, maybe how to do this mission best. Metal Gear Solid 5 is such a great game that you can do that. You can do different missions differently.
Yeah, even post videos of how you did certain things.
Yeah, for sure.
We want to see it. We want to know.
Yeah.
With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, may you have a very Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Have a beautiful 2016, and we are signing out. even up to grade 9. In addition to greater firepower, some of these weapons utilize interesting exclusive abilities. Check out the weapon description below. You're gonna cut that out.
Okay. Guys. The big guys and gals. Guys and gals. The big news. What the hell are you doing? What are you doing?
I just had to, release the tension.
Your tongue is doing all this weird stuff. What are you doing? Get that right in the mic. Get that right in the
Ill.
Cut. So I can care less where this comes out, honestly. So I just what?
Couldn't care less. Couldn't care less.
I couldn't care less.
You get that wrong every time. I'm so sick of working with you.
I think so, man. They struck gold with this one. I think this one's gonna win over lots of fans, and they won this console generation just because of this. I'm getting FaceTimed.
You had one job.
One job.
Are we still recording?
Yeah.
You were FaceTimed while we're recording.
It's not my fault that people want to FaceTime me.
It's not your fault. It's not. Who FaceTimed you? Who did it? Again. Who's FaceTiming you?
I don't know.
Are you freaking kidding? Who? Pick it up. Oh my goodness. This is going on right now. Live. Well, not live. We're recording. Are you texting? Or sending text? That's the right term.
Oh boy.
And that's our show.